Kong rules part of this dangerous realm alone, constantly fighting for survival. One day, a pack of giant wart dogs chases him through the wilderness. Using traps he prepared in advance, Kong sends several of the beasts tumbling off a cliff before finishing another in brutal combat. After the battle, he cleans himself in a waterfall and begins eating his prey. However, a painful toothache interrupts his meal. Moments later, he hears a distant roar and immediately becomes interested. Hoping it belongs to another member of his kind, Kong follows the sound, only to discover a small animal instead. Once again, he is reminded of his loneliness. On the surface, Dr. Eileen Andrews works for Monarch, the organization responsible for monitoring titans around the world. She worries about Kong because his species is naturally social, yet he has spent years isolated. At the same time, Godzilla continues acting as Earth's protector. When a giant spider titan attacks Rome, Godzilla emerges from the sea and destroys it with his atomic breath before settling down to rest inside the Colosseum. Meanwhile, researchers at a Monarch station in Hollow Earth detect powerful energy surges coming from an unexplored region. The signals concern Eileen, who travels to investigate. Around the same time, her adopted daughter Jia begins experiencing strange visions at school. Snow appears around her during one episode, and she unconsciously fills her desk with drawings. Later, Eileen realizes Jia's sketches match the mysterious energy patterns Monarch has detected. Jia confides that she feels disconnected from life on the surface and worries about Kong. As the last surviving member of the Iwi tribe from Skull Island, she feels a deep connection to him. Soon after, another energy surge occurs, and an unknown titan destroys the Monarch outpost in Hollow Earth. Believing the events are connected, Eileen recruits conspiracy podcaster Bernie Hayes to help investigate. Before they can act, another surge alerts Godzilla. Sensing a growing threat, he immediately begins moving across the world toward its source. Meanwhile, Kong emerges from Hollow Earth seeking help for his aching tooth. Monarch sedates him while veterinarian Trapper removes the damaged tooth and replaces it with a powerful metallic implant. During the procedure, Bernie discovers a pattern. Every energy surge corresponds with Titan activity on the surface. He concludes the signals are actually a distress call coming from Hollow Earth itself. A team is assembled to investigate. Eileen, Jia, Bernie, Trapper, and pilot Michael travel into Hollow Earth aboard an advanced aircraft, following Kong through the access portal. Deep below the surface, they discover the destroyed Monarch station. The scientists stationed there have all been killed. Massive claw marks cover the walls, and security footage reveals that an ape-like titan was responsible for the massacre. Elsewhere, Kong ventures into the unexplored region beyond the energy source. There he discovers glowing crystal formations and ancient remains belonging to creatures similar to himself. Soon he encounters a young ape named Suko. Hoping to make contact peacefully, Kong approaches him, only to be attacked. Suko leads a group of apes against Kong, but Kong easily defeats them. Despite their hostility, he spares them, showing compassion even toward those who challenge him. Suko eventually leads Kong deeper into the territory. Along the way, he attempts to lure Kong into a trap involving a gigantic serpent titan. However, Kong quickly kills the creature and surprises Suko by sharing the food with him. Slowly, the young ape begins trusting Kong. Meanwhile, Eileen's team follows Jia's instincts through ancient ruins hidden within Hollow Earth. Their journey becomes increasingly dangerous when strange creatures attack and Michael is eaten by a living, tree-like organism. Eventually, they discover a hidden civilization the Iwi people, who survived underground for centuries. The tribe welcomes Jia as one of their own. Through telepathic visions, the Iwi leader shares their history with her. The group learns that the energy signal was intentionally sent to warn Godzilla of an approaching threat. Ancient murals reveal the truth about a forgotten war. Long ago, a tyrannical ape known as the Skar King led an army of great apes against Godzilla's species in a struggle for dominance. After a devastating conflict, Godzilla imprisoned the Skar King and his followers deep within Hollow Earth. According to prophecy, the imprisoned tyrant would one day return. The murals also reveal that only a descendant of the Iwi can awaken Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, who plays a crucial role in maintaining balance. As this revelation unfolds, Kong follows Zuko into a volcanic region where he discovers the truth. Hundreds of great apes are living as slaves under the rule of the Skar King. Forced into hard labor and terrorized by guards, they exist under constant oppression. When Kong intervenes to protect one of the workers, he attracts the attention of the Skar King himself. Unlike Kong, the Skar King rules through fear and cruelty. The two apes clash in a fierce battle. Although Kong proves physically stronger, the Skar King possesses a powerful whip created from the spine of another titan. The battle takes a terrifying turn when the Skar King reveals his ultimate weapon, Shimo. A gigantic titan with ice-based powers, Shimo once caused the Ice Age itself. Using a glowing crystal attached to his whip, the Skar King inflicts pain on Shimo and forces the creature into obedience. Under his command, Shimo unleashes a devastating ice blast that freezes Kong's arm and leaves him badly injured. Unable to continue fighting, Kong escapes with Zuko's help while the Skar King prepares his army for invasion. Back at the Iwi settlement, Jia begins connecting with others her age and finally feels accepted. Suddenly, Kong arrives seeking help. Trapper examines his injury and introduces a secret project known as Operation Powerhouse. Using technology recovered from the destroyed outpost, he equips Kong with a massive mechanical gauntlet designed to enhance his strength. The new arm restores Kong's mobility and gives him a powerful advantage. At the same time, Godzilla has been preparing for war. After absorbing enormous amounts of radiation and defeating the Titan Tiamat, he evolves into a more powerful form. His body now glows with brilliant magenta energy, making him stronger than ever before. Jia completes an ancient ritual that awakens Mothra. The legendary Titan emerges and immediately joins the coming battle. While the Iwi begin evacuating, Kong races to stop the Skar King's invasion. Using a portal, Kong emerges in Egypt, causing chaos as he arrives near the pyramids. Godzilla senses him and assumes Kong is once again challenging him. A fierce battle erupts between the two titans. Enhanced by his mechanical arm, Kong manages to hold his own, but Godzilla remains overwhelmingly powerful. Before the fight can escalate further, Mothra intervenes. Through her connection with Jia, she finally explains the true danger. Realizing the Skar King threatens the entire world, Godzilla agrees to join forces with Kong. Meanwhile, Eileen and the Iwi attempt to activate an ancient defense system hidden beneath the pyramids. The mechanism creates powerful gravity surges capable of containing the enemy forces. However, the Skar King arrives before the process is complete. Riding atop Shimo and leading an army of apes, he launches his invasion. The final battle begins. The battle eventually spreads through portals and reaches Rio de Janeiro. There, Shimo's powers begin freezing the city as dark clouds cover the sky. Buildings collapse while titans clash across the landscape. Godzilla and Kong fight side by side against their enemies. Godzilla battles Shimo while Kong confronts the Skar King. Despite the tyrant's speed and skill, Kong gradually gains the upper hand. When Godzilla destroys the crystal controlling Shimo, the ancient titan is finally freed from the Skar King's influence. Now liberated, Shimo turns against her former master. As Kong and Godzilla overwhelm the Skar King, Shimo freezes him solid with an ice blast. Kong then smashes the frozen tyrant into pieces, ending his reign forever. With the battle won, Godzilla uses his atomic breath to clear the frozen skies. The ape army is liberated, and peace is restored. Afterward, Mothra returns Jia to Hollow Earth. Having finally found where she belongs, Jia realizes she does not need to choose between her two worlds. She can honor her Iwi heritage while continuing to live with Eileen on the surface. Mothra restores the protective veil surrounding the hidden civilization, ensuring its safety. Godzilla returns to Rome and settles once more inside the Colosseum, resuming his watch over the earth. Meanwhile, Kong returns to Hollow Earth alongside Suko and Shimo. The freed apes welcome him as their new leader. No longer alone, Kong finally finds a family and a purpose among his own kind.